the ingredients and get it exactly right. I think it got way too serious too fast, and people
Yeah,
probably
the bagel part is just way too serious. The bagel part is just way too fucking serious. The only serious part about it is that maybe over 1 million people have seen his face. It's in New York City. Anybody could live in New York City. It's a very dangerous place. I literally got in a knife fight outside of a Starbucks in New York City. I'm not kidding you. New York City is a very unsafe place. And anybody could just like who's seen the TikTok could just go right into his bagel shop and just like stab him or shoot him, and not out of any hate or anything, just because they can, and they have his face. And maybe now it sounds like I'm taking it too seriously, but there are psychopaths and weirdos who would do that. That there are people like that out there, and just because they have his face, and it's not even just like just because he might get recognized and people might clown him and shit like that. It's a actual safety concern at that point. Anybody could just go there and just like stab him now, just because they know his face, and just because they know where he will be at. That is very unsafe. That is the only concern that I have, and I think it's getting overlooked because a lot of these people like Rainbow. I don't want to assume anything about Nick, but because I know he's traveling a lot, so there's a lot of people who just don't who overlook the dangers of like metropolitan cities and the mental health of these people. The fact that they would just do the craziest shit for literally absolutely nothing, just because they've seen somebody online, they know where they're going to be at. They would just kill them just because they want to get a I don't know, a sexual arousement or something like, hey yo, I feel so strong. I just shot this motherfucker we saw on TikTok. So like that's a very unsafe situation that he could be in.
probably have already forgotten about all of it. So the internet moves that fast, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. I thought the sandwich drama was interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's not serious enough to take a hard stance on it, but
See, I don't know if I'm just a crazy one now. Maybe it's just me living in Chicago for too long, and the fact that I got in a knife fight at a Starbucks in New York City with a stranger for literally no reason. So maybe that's just me being paranoid, but shit like that can happen, especially if you have 1 million eyes on you. Um, Maybe I'm being too serious about it, or maybe they're just overlooking that fact. But then again, I don't know the bagel guy either. Maybe he could be like a fucking a savage. He could probably just kill. He probably has a strap on him at all times. A lot of people in New York and a lot of people in Chicago just have straps riding on their ass, because sometimes we need that shit. We do need that shit. But that's just my take. Uh, that's the poor man's living in poverty take. Just to give a perspective of being a normie, because I could give two perspectives. I could give the perspective of the internet, because I've been on the internet my whole life as well, and the normie side, and the impoverished normie side from living in an impoverished area, and or being in an impoverished area, more so, and hanging out with these normies and how crazy that these normies can be. Which again, if you missed my Andrew Tate video, yes, fake gangsters, fake thugs, and real thugs and real gangsters still use social media. And as you can see, it transcended beyond TikTok. It also reached Instagram, or probably Instagram most likely, and Twitter. So maybe I'm taking it too seriously, but the bagel shit in general is not that serious. I think it's kind of funny. Like if I was him, I would laugh at it. I'd be like, I would look at the menu and I'm like, oh damn, this nigga found my bagel shop. Now I gotta now I gotta order my bagel after his name. I feel like that's a funny L that somebody shouldn't take too seriously. But that's my internet side. But my normie side is, well, people know where he's at, and somebody can really hurt him if the opportunity presented